Nah,
So,
she ain't much, but she's something.
Nah, this is great right here, man. Now explain what's going on over here.
This is my garden, actually, man. This is we call it the Right Family Garden. My wife does a Facebook, like a Facebook group where she shows people everything that we grow and how we go about the kids get involved. They got their little section back there. Got some peppers over here.
Peppers, everything, right?
Cucumbers, kale, 2 different kinds of kale, collard greens.
Man. What's this right here?
That was our zucchini. I think that one might be done now.
Okay.
But that was our zucchini we had. We do basil, rosemary. That's one of the biggest things I use.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Basil and rosemary is one of my 2 ingredients that I use when we do our smoked chicken.
Yes.
I literally fresh rosemary. People say, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
But it's great for a reason.
Do you throw rosemary on brisket? I've seen people do that.
I do it like in the mix. Like because I wrap my brisket.
Right.
So when I wrap it, I'll throw the rosemary and all that stuff in there and let that just...
You want to know what's something crazy?
What's that?
I've never eaten a brisket ever.
You gonna eat a brisket?
I know now.
You gonna definitely.
As soon as you told me you was the barbecue man, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I tell people, man, take advantage, man, because like I said, I only reason I started doing barbecue out here, man, because I couldn't get no barbecue that I wanted.
Yeah.
You know, and I tried everyone, man. I tried every barbecue spot. I'm like in Michigan. That's what we do. We love barbecue.
Right. Nah, yeah, you guys are big on that over there.
I couldn't find it out here, and it just came down to it. And it was one day. I ordered some barbecue from a spot in Providence. I'm not gonna say what that spot was, but I ordered some, and I was so upset to the point I called my wife, because my wife and them, they was in Florida,
right,
at Disney World,
right.
And I called. I said, you know what? I'm about to start a barbecue business. And she was like, what? And I said, let me show you this. And I sent her the pictures, and she was like, I don't know much about barbecue, babe, but you seem really upset about this. I'm like, yeah. I'm really upset about this shit because, man, this was good barbecue. But I paid like $70 and I couldn't eat none of it. So then I said to myself,
Hold on, time out. Wait.
Yeah, $70. Yeah.
$70.
If I would have went and picked it up, it'd probably been cheaper, but I got Uber Eats.
All right, yeah.
But even then, I was still like, dang, I spent all this money. And but I said to myself, I said, what if I can get barbecue? Like, my barbecue is fun. Nobody told me one time that my barbecue is trash.
Right.
What if I could do that at half the price of that?
You see, it's wide open out here.
And I said, okay. And then I tried to get in a couple of businesses, and I'm like, I realized real fast that business out here, like, it was like before we started, like 4 or 5 other black businesses shut down out here. And so I'm like, okay, I see the trend.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna join that trend. Right. So that's when I came up with the PMA. I said, you know what? I didn't want to go that route at first, but I said, you know what? This is probably the best route to do a private membership association, and here we are.
We're going to get into that PMA stuff.
I'm going to teach y'all about it, man. It's easy. People like, now, how's he doing it?
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Now, explain what's going on over here. There's a lot going on over here.
Yeah, this is my barbecue set, man. I'm an independent operator. I don't do anything for the general public. Everything we do is for our members. So we got, I'm doing some moderations on these 2 right now to put some temperature gauges on them. Right. But they got my classic, I call this one right here, Kevin Samuels. This gray one right here.
All right. Why Kevin Samuels?
Kevin Samuels, old as I don't know what, boy. Yeah. Kevin Samuels, you can't fix him, man. You got to work with him. You miss stuff off of him. He just old, but he can make some of the best chicken, man. Like, I use this one mainly for my chicken.
So he was one of the first you grabbed?
This is funny. So, not funny, but I had a friend, my wife, she's a school teacher. Right. And her husband passed away, like this year. Like, I think it was like maybe like 3 months, maybe a little under 3 months ago.
R.I.P. to him.
And he wanted to give me this before he died. And it was just crazy how it happened. And then after he passed away, me and my wife, we went there and we were, spent some time. She's like, Patrick wanted you to have that, Andre. And I was like, I don't know. But it didn't look like this at first. It was like all old and stuff. And I'm like, and it had a hole in it. I had to fix it. It was my first time rehabbing an actual grill. And, as I'm doing it, I could just hear bro in my ear like, I see you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And I felt it, man. I painted it, gave it a new paint job. Right. Added a brand new gauge on it. And I've done.
I can't wait to try your work, Mr. Samuels.
That's Kevin Samuels back there. I like to name all my grills and stuff.
Oh, what's this name? And shout out to you because I see one of the YouTubers I watch. Yeah. He has this grill.
Yeah, it's crazy because I got this one right here, this Expert Grill. The Expert Grill was, I got all 3 of these at a like crazy, probably like $75 each. Right. So, and they were cheap enough to where I said, you know what? They're cheap enough where I can add stuff to them and upgrade them. So I've done some upgrades. on some of these, just to get it to like stop the smoke from coming out. But these two I'm trying to upgrade now, but the rest of them are good. So these, I call these the Pointer Sisters here. I call them the Pointer Sisters.
Why that? Why
I don't know, man. They all three black, beautiful. I
see you got good old Oklahoma Joe back there.
My wife gave me that one, and it came with a set.
That is love right here.
Yeah, she bought me that one on Father's Day. That one and another one that I ended up donating to a nonprofit.
That's a smoker Providence. For that ass right there.
Yeah, I had another one, a Longhorn one too.
Oh, I know the Longhorn one.
I gave that one to it was a Sankofa Kitchen over in Providence, so I donated that one to them over there. But yeah, man, these are my boys right here, and I boys and girls, man. Like, yeah, and then my son, he want to get into the barbecue game, so I got him this one just to test him out.
A starter pack,
man. So
gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, and I love it.
One day he'll graduate to one of these.
Oh yeah, he every now and then he try to get up on it, man. But I let him, and my daughter,
of course,
I try to let her get into it. She's not so much into the barbecue thing yet, but my daughter and them, it's funny because we mentioned that they got their own seasonings. They got a popcorn seasoning called.
Wow!
It was Sagey Baby Popcorn Magic, but my son was like, "Nah, I want to get in now." So now it's S&S Popcorn Magic. So
is it out and stuff?
Yeah, we have it. We have it on our website. Yep.
So, man, we gotta as you guys are seeing it, the website's right here, right
Rice
now.
Lounge, ricelounge.com. That is.
You gotta send me all that so they can see it. They're seeing it right now.
Oh, good. Oh, this is live?
Yeah. No.
Oh, that was live.
What I'm saying is, if people, when they're watching this, I already did the edits. So
okay, got
you already done send it to me and they're seeing it now. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But this is my setup. Like I said, I'm a private membership association. I am not a business. I don't do anything for the public. I don't allow the general public nowhere in my private space whatsoever.
Yes. Disclaimer on the bottom.
Disclaimer on the bottom. That is not how we do. You cannot just walk up into my spot and say, "Hey, let me get a rib plate." That's not how I operate.
No.
How we operate is we open membership every Black History Month and Juneteenth. Our membership is open, and I'll get them details a little later. But but that's how it works, man. You have to be a member. You gotta I'm very big on family, so even all the members that we have, I know them all by first name basis, just for the point. That's how a membership's supposed to be. And just to give it an extra layer, I'm also signed to be an ordained minister. So I threw that extra layer on it just in case someone from Providence said, "Okay, I'm smart in the government. I'm going to try to test this guy."
Yes.
Well, I threw the extra layer of being an ordained minister on top of that. So now I got it all figured out. I can't do nothing. So and that's not to brag or anything.
No.
Fuck the government or nothing.
You got to
like
cover the loose ends.
But what I'm saying is simply is that in a time like this, man, where everybody's struggling.
Right.
I remember when we first tried to open up a business, man, just realize you got to shell all this money off to all these people who can barely pronounce your name. And it's like, hold on, man, wait a minute. It's like $500 that's shipped off, and then you want me to, then I gotta, that's a loss. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And then once I figured that out, I said, I'm gonna stop taking these losses, man. I said, you know what? Private membership association. And I ain't gonna lie to you, it's hard.
Right.
It's harder than running a business. And I tell you that for a lot of different reasons. So don't think if a private membership is easy, you're just gonna ride. And nah, you gotta really be about your members, man. Like how I do it, the family way of it, I go over and beyond, free this, free that. We got this because I want them to, it's family,
Right.
And it's not just, cooking you can do. You also can be a barber and do that shit. I be telling people that, hairdressers and stuff. There's a lot of different parts of businesses you can go into being a private membership association. Like you can literally, if you're a massage therapist and you don't have
nail tech.
You've been doing nails your whole damn life, but you ain't got the money to go to nail tech. But you got clients that you've been doing your whole damn life.
Right.
Boom. Private membership. So get them in there. You know what I'm saying? And then you think about it. Barbers been doing that for years, cutting hair on Sundays at their home. Think about it. You know what I mean? They don't.
And it's not open to the public either.
Exactly. That's your people's.
Right. Facts.
Bing. What kind of weird shit is this?
That's a clip.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not used to it, man. You tell I ain't used to these bics. I haven't used a bic in a year.
No, that was from shout out to the good people at Zorritos, man.
I like that.
They gave you that. Yeah, man. This is the sit down, man. Real topics, real issues with real people, man. Powered by Smoking Politics with me. Honorably refreshing for the world, Craig, the world. Who we got on the sit down today, man?
What's going on, y'all? I am Life Coach Wright. I am the, I wouldn't say the owner because it's not like it's a business or nothing, but I'm the guy behind Blunt Talk, which is out here in Providence, and also I'm the head pit master of Wright's Lounge Barbecue PMA.
Yes, man. Now, let's just go right in it, man. Let
All
the
right.
people know about you, man. Where you come from, how old are you, if you don't mind saying.
Yeah, all
And,
right.
yeah, we just start from there.
All right, so I was born in Chicago, but I stayed out there. I think I moved out to Michigan around when I got like second grade. So we moved out to Michigan. My father, who unfortunately passed, he passed away recently, but he passed away
Rest
some
in
years
peace.
ago.
Yeah.
But he was a real piece of shit. I'm gonna be honest about it. So I got taken away from him at like 9 years old, and I had to go through the foster care system in Michigan.
Oh, wow.
So I went through 27 foster homes, 4 detention homes, and 2 group homes in the
Wow.
span of 9 years.
Damn.
And I ended up getting released out of foster care at 18. And I went to, I got a grant to go to Michigan State, and I dual enrolled because I had a track scholarship from Lansing Community College. And so I was doing both of those schools. I was doing dual enrollment.
Right.
So I think it was my 3rd year into my college. We got a new governor, and she ended up cutting the grant that actually kept me in school. So I had to come up with
always
like,
doing some
yeah,
shit.
it was wild. It was real wild. So I ended up having to leave school. I didn't have, keep in mind, I was in foster care, didn't have no family.
How old were you at the time?
I was 20. I just turned 20. Just
Oh,
turned
wow,
20.
okay.
Yep, just turned 20. And so that fall, I ended up not finishing at Michigan State. I was homeless for about 2 years out there.
Right.
And I ended up being homeless. I was in Detroit a lot, looking for jobs and all that stuff. And I couldn't find anything out there. And I was going back and forth from shelters from Battle Creek and Detroit because I had friends and stuff out in Battle Creek.
Yeah.
So I would hang out there. And then one of my friends told me about a job opportunity. And I was like, yo, you go down there and check it. They hiring real thug niggas out there.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
like, all right, cool.
Right.
So I went there. It was not what they was hiring, but I ended up meeting a guy, and he was actually from Somerville, Massachusetts.
It led you to that guy.
It led me to this guy
Yes.
who ended up changing my entire fucking life, honestly, because I would have probably been dead if he didn't.
So he was from Mass.
he was from
So I'm
Somerville.
assuming he's the link to link you to what you have today with your wife, your kids.
He gave me he showed me how to stabilize myself.
Right.
If that's even a way of saying it.
No,
But
I agree. I
he
understand.
gave me a foundation, a solid, where I didn't realize I didn't have to worry about where I was going to lay my head. So it gave me for the first time a sense of wow, I can be normal. This is how normal people act, So I never had that, So once I met him, I was an interview for it was something I didn't have the credentials for. But he looked at me. He's like, you all right, man?
Yeah.
And no one never asked me that. And when he asked me that, I just started crying. And I don't know why I started crying. And then I was talking to him.
I know why.
Yeah, and I know why now,
I
too.
know why, but go ahead.
But then he, started talking. I'm telling him what was happening and stuff, man. He's like, wow, you survived? Are you going? I'm like, yeah. He's like, listen, man, from now on to this day, you don't ever have to worry about a place to lay your head. He
Right.
threw me the keys to his car. He said, my car is out there. My house is blah, blah, blah. Battle Creek. He literally had just got there. So at first I'm like, this is some weird shit
Yeah,
right here,
yeah,
man.
for real.
But in my head, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and she was like, good things like that don't happen to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it don't. And it never
Shout out
has.
to her, man.
And I
Wherever
say,
she's at.
and I took it in, and he literally showed me he was an alderman from Somerville.
Right.
So he's an alderman. He was an alderman for 15 years out there. And then he came out. He taught me everything about nonprofit programming, how to keep myself up. He bought me suits, showed me how to literally showed me how to fucking be a man. And
Right.
then
He was that male figure that was missing in your life.
yeah,
that father figure.
I would, and it's crazy because I think about it. I'm like, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
That was all I needed. In foster care.
Facts.
So people don't understand. In Michigan, it's a different kind of foster care system. It's they tell foster parents to not, treat you like you're one of their kids.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's all we get. So it ended up happening. He ended up
I understand in a way because you might not have them. You don't want them to, build a bond, whatever.
Yeah.
It's weird, but
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
I don't think they understood how that affects.
Yeah, I don't agree with it. I get it, but I agree.
Yeah,
I don't agree with it.
It's one of them situations. I don't think by saying that, I don't think they understood.
Because the next day you could be gone to a different family. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what pretty much happened. And once I understood how foster care worked, I started it became one of them things where I don't like it here no more. Okay, get this pissed off, go to a new place. I learned how to be different people. in different places. Like that was the one thing I enjoyed about it. Like I felt like a rock star sometimes. Because I was in Grand Rapids, I was in Detroit, I was in Flint, I was in Muskegon. Like I traveled.
You get to start all over again
every time, and I think that's kind of like why my wife, she's like, she admires that about me, that I can do that. But I'm like, girl, that didn't happen because I wanted it to.
Yeah.
So back to what happened, just how I got here. To not even Rhode Island, but by
New England.
He had got one of his friends who ended up I think he's retired now, Mayor. Joe Cortatoni out in Somerville. He was running for mayor at that time. This was the first election when he really ran and run.
Right.
And he said, yo, I'm going down to Somerville, Massachusetts. You want to come with me? And I'm like, Somerville, Massachusetts? I'm like, what the? I had never heard of like that. So I started looking up, back then computers. This was like 2004, maybe 5. When I made that transition, and I looked it up, and people were calling me. I made decisions. I made a long story short, I said, yeah, I'm gonna come. So I come, and I'm like, I was reluctant because I didn't know nothing about it. But then I got to Somerville, man. It was different, very different. But I settled in real fast. But I didn't settle in there. I ended up going to Roxbury, and that's when I really settled in. I settled in over there, and I started working for all kinds of different places out there. Children's Service of Roxbury. That's when I started my nonprofit thing, and the rest is history after that.
Back. So when did you come to Rhode Island?
Rhode Island, let's say it was 2017. We just got to, I think when me and my wife got together, we understood something that, when you're around people that might not be happy with, you guys being together, it causes a lot of confusion. Trust me, I know all about what I mean? Like we were happy together, but it felt like people
around you wasn't happy. They weren't happy for you.
Yeah, and we felt that, and it was like, you know what? And then, shit blew up, and it was like, you know what? We have no choice now. Like, we have to figure this life out. So I chose Rhode Island for a particular reason because I used to come out here all the time back in the day. Like, it was my spot. I used to do radio, and we used to come out here and do sets out here all the time. So I knew about Raleigh, and then I was already coming back and forth out here anyway because I write books.
Right.
So my very first book I wrote in Rumford Inn Hotel. Literally, I would come from Boston. Yeah, I would come from Boston, drive from Roxbury to Rumford, and I just loved it because it was a gritty. I mean, the shit that was going on in there probably shouldn't have been going on, but I could go to room 13, knock on their door and get some weed. Because I would stay there for weeks at a time. It was so cheap, but it was gritty. So I knew about it, but I also knew that in Rhode Island, it was nice. Like I always looked at Rhode Island as very nice, and I still look at it. Crime rate, low crime rate, all that, you don't have that big crazy drug problem and
it's around, but nobody's not as rampant as Detroit.
And listen, I ain't running past no drug needles over in my house, man. I ain't nobody try to rob me for my shoes or my jacket, man. These are all things that still go down in Detroit today. Nobody ain't trying to take my glasses.
It goes on out here though. It's just you're in the right area. You're in a good area.
But even when I look at it, the murder rate, you get less than 7 or 8.
You know what I mean?
That to me is like, So
versus
for me,
to where you're come from,
it's beautiful, and I tell people
every second out there.
Understand, it's beautiful out here, guys. You shouldn't have to go to somewhere worse to realize just how beautiful this place really is. And I've learned to just accept it. So we've been out here since 2017. 2017, and the first thing I think we did out here was what most people gonna know, be like, oh, I remember that before COVID, was I did Thinking Black Men of Providence. That was my first group.
Yes.
And that was the worst of the groups I started because that was me not realizing that you probably should find out the optics around this thing before you just throw all this
but
money
your heart
into
was
it.
in the right
but
place.
My heart was there.
Trust me,
and people knew it, but it was just, in the situation, and then COVID kind of shut everything down.
Yeah.
And that took the momentum out of it and everything. So I sat quiet for a little bit. I took time during COVID to really sit back and understand Providence in general because that's where I was living and where I'm at. So I sat back and I really just studied and I looked at who was leading and who was in office and all that stuff, and I kind of started making my way of understanding then, Thinking Black Men of Providence was never going to make it, probably. And that was okay. I understood it for what it was.
You got to start somewhere, though.
Yep, and I took what I learned from that, and I said, okay, I'm going to take this another way. And I always said if they ever made weed legal, I would start a group, and we all just start smoking weed.
Here's blunt talk.
And then literally, when I found out the weed was legal here and it took, I didn't find out till almost a year after it was legalized. Because it wasn't mainstream told. You know what I mean? Nobody told nobody. And I didn't even know they had dispensaries.
Because they voted against it, ironically, in this state.
Yeah.
The majority voted against it. So that's why they wasn't promoting it.
That all makes sense now. But life was...
But years different. Later, the irony, everybody loves it because you see how lucrative it is. Now people enjoy it even more coming to Rhode Island during the summer because, hey, it's 420 friendly now. Yeah. Now it's a whole different ball game. And then I know a couple of spots out here even allow you to smoke inside of like nightclubs and stuff now too. So I was like, shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them.
One day you'll be able to be publicly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Because you got me thinking. Do you feel like you preserved your 20s?
See, when you say preserve, what do you mean preserve?
Preserve, okay. You did right in your 20s, so you know you don't got to play catch up in your late 30s, early 40s. Because right now I'm playing catch up. I fucked up. I didn't preserve my 20s.
I think, you know what I mean? For me, because I didn't have the upbringing like most people have. Like I didn't grow up with a mother and father. Like my mother, like let me just go back.
Go ahead.
My mother didn't have a choice in the scenario because my mother was a crack addict at the time. Right. And then my father and I got two older brothers from my mother's side who was witness to it. My father took me by gunpoint, had a gun to my head and everything.
Damn.
You know, so that's the story for them that literally, like they tell me, like I had recently just reconnected with them probably like 10 years ago. So I ended up finding out that my mother died, so I didn't even get a chance to even get to know her and stuff. So I grew up totally different. So in my 20s, it was just like, I didn't know what was going on. And then I was homeless for a little bit for like the early beginning of it.
Right.
So I feel like in my 20s, I got robbed. Honestly, I didn't get to preserve. I got robbed like completely because I wish I could. All my friends all their kids are grown now. Like all their kids are grown. They're living their best lives. I'm like, damn. I couldn't even focus on that because I had to focus on all this.
But you know what? I salute you because you're a lot better than I was because I was out there planting seeds, knowing I shouldn't, knowing I didn't have the means, the mindset, none of that. You know what I mean? And I was still sitting there planting seeds. You were strong enough and mature enough to be like, you know what? I'm not ready for that.
Well, I think also too, man. I didn't become. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't become a handsome looking man until Usher started becoming a handsome looking man.
What I'm saying though, but F all that. Listen, you could. Come on, bro.
Yeah, I could have absolutely.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you it was easy. It was easy. Yeah, it was.
Let me shake your hand for that. Like, I wish I was easy.
It was.
I wish I was strong enough to do some shit like that.
It just wasn't in my play, man. Like I always yearned.
I don't regret. Like, let me put a disclaimer. I don't regret my kids.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't regret my kids.
Absolutely.
But it's like, come on.
Yeah, I think for me too. Like I was always blessed to always, and I think I've always, even with my wife. You know, even with girlfriends I've dated or whatever, it was like I was always a committed kind of guy.
Yeah.
So even if we're together, like we go through whatever, I'm there. That's it. You know what I mean? So I've always had to be able to, even in my 20s, like the relationships were a lot longer than like, you know,
not to cut you off real quick. Not to cut you off. It's magic time.
It's magic time. There it is. There you go. I told you. I told you. Yep. I told you. Party time.
It's magic time.
Magic time. I've been there too. I've been there almost 5 minutes ago.
I just caught up to you. I'm like, hey, it's nice here.
It's beautiful out here, right?
It's beautiful out here.
It's beautiful.
Yep. He's like, welcome to the party.
Yep, you late. But you here now.
I'm here now. All right. What was we at? You know what? Let's shift gears real quick. Let's shift gears. All right. You know, I see, this is why we took a liking to each other immediately. You know what I'm saying? I see that you're for the youth. You know what I mean? What do you feel like the disconnect is with people from our generation and, you know, the generation that's beneath us? Where do you feel like we don't have that disconnect with them, obviously, but where do you feel like our counterparts have the disconnect? Our peers, if you want to say.
It's like always trying, I feel like the reason why I always say I'm successful, and I wouldn't even say it's like, yeah, I am going to say it's successful because I'm always, whatever I'm going for it, I'm putting my foot toward it and I'm going to go for it. So I'm always saying I'm successful when it comes to that. God damn, what was the question?
Yeah. Where's I'm glad I remembered it. I think that it's magic time. Yo, no, where do you feel the disconnect is with our peers, with the younger
It's
generation?
trying to like keep doing the same shit that the other person has done. Like you can't go generation to generation. Like even now, like my kids, like my son Sebastian was like, Sage was even more like savvy with phones and shit by the time she was like 2 years old, man. It was like freakish, like how she could navigate those things, man. But I think that's the thing.
Wait,
like,
that's your daughter's name?
Sage. Yep.
Sage? Oh,
Sage.
that's so dope.
Sage Amaryllis. I named her Sage Amaryllis.
We'll get into that.
Huh? Yeah,
we'll get into that.
Sage Amaryllis.
We got to stay in one track.
Right.
So where's the disconnect?
It's trying to keep doing the same thing that
right.
we thought, like, you can't, when we were growing up, we didn't have cell phones.
Nah.
We didn't have none of that stuff. So you can't.
That shit came later.
You can't keep that same mind frame and then try to tell kids that now they got cell phones.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work. Like, none of it worked. I learned that was the last time I worked at a group home. And I was just like, nah, this is so different now. Like, they got phones, they got iPads and stuff. Like, we had Walkmans with the little red.
Yes.
That's what we had, and where everybody and their mama heard what we were listening to.
We had to make sure we had AA batteries on deck.
Come on, man. Like, and then when the charger thing, the recharging batteries came out, my God. And I remember when the Duracell came out, you push the little things together and it show you the light. Man, come on. Yeah. We had it bad. So yeah, in that sense, man, like, yeah, it's trying to, like, instead of coming down to the level of what the life is now, they want to keep the same shit going. Like, well, back in the... No, nobody made that back in the day shit. I don't even tell people back in the day shit. Like, that's not even a move. Yeah. I come down to a level where it's like, okay, I throw my shit in there and I mix it in with theirs, as I do with Blunt Talk.
Right. Let's talk about Blunt Talk.
Uh-huh.
Blunt Talk. You guys are seeing the logo right now. It's coming up on the screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about?
So, when I did Thinking Black Men, one thing, I had a couple of guys that would come over. One in particular, a couple in particular, would come over, and we would just sit in my little office space, man. We just smoke, and we would talk about some of the most, like, craziest things, man. And I'm just like, but it felt like therapy, but it wasn't therapy. So we sitting there, we talking about everything. I mean, nothing was off the table. Like, whatever we was talking about, what we were feeling from smoking, we're talking about it. You know what I mean? Right. And it was cool. And I remembered that feeling. And when I found out that weed was legal here,
a year and some change.
After that, man. And I was like, damn. I really like. And I told my wife, I said, this legal here now. I want that feeling back. And she's like, what are you talking about? I said, remember that feeling I told you when the guys would come over and you like, damn, you like, I would sleep better. I got some shit off my chest.
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do that now, and I'm gonna go back to that. So she was all for it. She
Blunt
was like,
Talk is born.
And it just so happened I had great people. Like, we got great friends. Like, they're our landlords, but they're not even landlords. They're friends, man.
Yeah, family, man.
And they literally like, here we got some spots for you. You can use the spots and stuff. And I'm like, great. And then it just became Blunt Talk.
They see the vision, man.
Yeah. And I think, even now with Blunt Talk, man, I just want it to be one of those situations. Like, at first I just wanted to be a thing of like just smoking and talking. Yeah. And now I want that bitch to be the hub.
Yeah.
Like the black hub.
Yes.
Of like, you if you're a grower, you're a home, you got to connect. Who's been like, yo, I want all of y'all in this room at some point where we all can sit down and figure this out, because I wouldn't say I know for a fact, but I don't see Rhode Island giving anybody like us any kind of money. The people that I see that does have the money don't resemble us. So that in itself is like, and then coming from Detroit, I'm not going to beg you.
And when you mean us, you mean black and brown?
Black and brown. Like, we're not going to give us none of that. Oh, is that okay to say?
No, of course, no, I just had to throw it out there.
All right, so we ain't going to give us niggas no money, man. They ain't going to give us money. Like, on God.
For the people in the back that don't get it,
they ain't going to give us niggas no money. Man. So with that said, man, like with Blunt Talk, I just wanted to be one of them situations, man. Like, yeah, we're there, but also too being able to understand voting out here. Like, I understand voting and get these men to understand. Like, Rhode Island's small enough where if you get 100 black men together, you can control every fucking vote that goes on within Providence. And I don't think they know that. And that's one of the things I've said to myself over and over. If I can get these guys in the room, we're all registered voters. Now you come to this group, you take a big group picture, Blunt Talk. Blunt talk meant. Now you put that bug in their ear, like, oh, we got now. It don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, independent. It don't matter. You got to come to.
Well, you don't even have
now,
a party.
And now, you have to really be off what matters to us and what matters in our community. So now the game changes, baby. Like now, we changed the whole damn game, and that's one of the things it won't happen this election, but I guarantee you the next election I will get that together where we will have that. So that's just another section of blunt talk, but the main part of it is just really to get brothers in there and just chill the fuck out, man.
Right. Now, I wanted to take a break real quick. Cause but we're gonna come back, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about more stuff that you got going on. That I feel like, wow, when you told me earlier about this, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
All right, we coming right back, people.